Well, hello, pickleballers. It's been a while. After a long winter hiatus, we are back in action with Play Hard Pickleball tournaments. We've got our first one of 2024, mixed doubles at Epic in Littleton, Colorado. We had 12 teams and did 2 pools, round robin, games to 15, and these are our semifinalists. So we took the top 2 teams from each pool. They're going to play a full match for semifinals, and then the winner of this will go on to play for gold. On the close side, we've got Haley and Oliver Frank against Susie Farrar and James Baumgarten. We've got a bit of a slow start, but that's pretty common with our medal matches. After a long round robin and then prizes on the line, it's something I see a lot when I review these matches back. There we go, heating up a little bit. We got Oliver serving 0-2-2. A beautiful two-handed drop from Haley to get the point. So we got 1-2-2. A lot of power coming from Oliver and Haley here. James did a good job dealing with a couple of those balls, and then just a missed reset to end the point. So we've got 3-2-2. Some good balls from Susie here. She's got this backhand punch. Definitely known for it. Ooh, I thought that was going to be just the perfect drop, but looks like it was just wide. So we got 2-3-2. I love how Haley slides into this two-hand backhand to attack, and then a great reset from Susie. Haley's a little off balance, and James gets a good piece of that one down the line behind Oliver. So we got 3-3-2, deep serve, deep return, but a nice drop from James. And Haley got the ball she wanted, was able to rip that cross body at James. Wasn't able to get his paddle to his forehand in time to deal with that one. So we've got 3-3-1. Haley was crashing to rip that one, but got jammed up and shanked it. And a quick side out for James and Susie, so they'll get the ball back at 3-3-1. Wow, off James's serve, a perfect return like that is hard to do. Some great dinks from the ladies, and then Haley with a attack down the middle. James tried to cover, but was just a hair late. Ooh, nice spot from Oliver on that last one. So we've got another quick side out. It's still 3-3. Some good defense. James trying to keep him back. Went to the line, just pushed it a little wide. So we got 4-3-1. Great spot from Haley on that drop. James was pinching to try to cover for Susie while she got to the kitchen, and Just took a swing at the ATP. It was so wide with topspin. That's a tough ball to deal with. I think that was either a little bit of middle confusion or they might have thought that ball was going out, which it was very deep, but got the point. Haley and Oliver are making a little bit of a run here. They've got 7-3. Looks like Susie and James are opting to stay on, maybe it's just Oliver's serve, I'm not sure, but they both have really solid drives, so they might just not want to give them the option to catch them on the switch. James and Susie really need to figure something out in this game. Haley and Oliver have made it to 8 and have the momentum going into this next serve, so we'll see if they can stop them. So they're definitely concentrating the dinks in front of Susie, but then Oliver did a great job holding that ball and going wide to James at the last second, and just caught him off guard, I think, a little bit. He couldn't get behind that ball enough to reset it. And a shake and bake from Oliver, but he hit that one long, so it's going to be Haley serving 9-3-2. Nice ball from Susie. She conceded the kitchen off Oliver's drop, and he couldn't get there in time, so we've got a side out, 3-9-1. Ooh, Oliver wants that one back. But they still have a healthy lead. James and Susie really need to find a gear here and find some momentum of their own. Great play. Susie hit a nice drop. James read it well and was able to slide in there for the poach, put away. A nice point. Ollie hit the pretty backhand roll that James dealt with very well, and then Haley, looking for that line to go behind James, just missed it wide, so we got another point for these two. Oh, Susie can't believe it. That's her money ball, but just pulled it a little wide, and now we got a second server, 6-9-2. Nice dink point. Everyone's moving it around, controlling the ball really well. Man, Oliver with the backhand lob to the baseline. James dealt with her really well, hit a great drop, but then on this last ball, Oliver found the hole and was able to finish that rally. So we've got a side out. It'll be 9-6-1. A good job from James to get that ball redirected over to Haley's side of the court. She was just a little jammed up going to flick that ball and keep the hands battle going. Nice power from Susie on that put away. So we're back at 6-9-1. Oh, I like that shot from James, but just sailed a little long, so we've got second serve. Nice deep return from Haley, and James was looking for the line by Oliver and just missed it wide. So another quick side out, 9-6-1. Crossbody attack from Oliver towards James off that net roll, and James was able to get his paddle around in time to get that ball in. A lot of power from James there. That ball popped up really high. Haley was pretty close to getting it back, but couldn't get it done. So we've got 6-9-1. Good cover from James on that attack down the middle from Oliver, and then James just doing a good job working the kitchen line here. And Ollie missed that last dink, so we've got some movement from Susie and James. 7-9-1. James tried to reach for that one, but it was just too far away, and then I think Susie got a little tripped up there, just missed that last ball. So 7-9-2. A really striking volley there from Oliver. James was able to get it in play, but Haley finished the point. So great setup from Oliver and finish from Haley on that. Good blocks from James and Susie, and Haley missed that one just wide. It was going to be a killer shot if she made it. Holy cow, the spin from Susie's return. Some good defense from Haley, kept him in the point. Now we've got game point, 10-7. Nice drop from Haley, earned the pop-up, and Oliver was able to finish behind James. So game 1 is in the books. On to game 2. So kicking off game 2, we've got Haley and Oliver to serve. And a quick turnover, so we got side out, 0-0-1, Susie serving. Nice rolling volley from Oliver. A nice rip from Haley, but she wasn't quite ready for that ball to come back, and Susie just blasted it behind her. Great shot from Susie. Wow, beautiful topspin drop from Susie, wide to Haley's side. She tried to pull it around for the ATP, but what you can't see off camera is that there is a wall right there. She could not get behind the ball in time. Nice attack from James. Haley left the ball up just enough for him to slide over in front of Susie and get that ball down at Oliver's feet. Great play. Nice aggressive point from James. He's ripping it at Haley and got her jammed up on that last one. Got the perfect ball to put right behind Oliver. So he got 4-0-2. Nice two-way from James. And just a bit wide from Susie. So we've got a side out. We'll see if Haley and Oliver can catch up to these two. Nice controlled dink point, but Haley missed the last one, trying to get back over to Susie's side. A nice powerful serve from Oliver earns these guys a point, so we got 1-4-2. A nice patient point, and Haley went to flick that ball up over at Susie's side, but James was all over it, and a great counter down the middle from him. We got Susie serving 4-1-1. Cross-court attack from Haley, and then Susie and Oliver going at it for a second. James comes in for the finish. Great point. James with the attack at Haley, but she was ready for it and got a great two-handed backhand counter on that one. So we've got 5-1-2. James looking for that poach again, but didn't connect well with it. So we've got a side out, 1-5-1, Oliver serving. James trying to keep these guys back, just pushed it a little long, so we got 2-5-1. Good lead from Susie and James. That one sailed long, so we've got a second server. A miss serve from Haley, so it sends the ball back to James at 5-2-1. Nice, deep, powerful serve from James. Earns them another point. So Susie and James are looking pretty good in this game. They lost the first one, so they're back for redemption. And it's a good time out from Haley and Oliver. They need to hit the reset button after a couple of those last points. While everyone gets back to their spots, just wanted to fill you in on what's going on this court behind us in case you saw it on the footage. But in another semifinals match, Danny Kaye went down. He had a really severe leg cramp issue and had to take a medical timeout, but after about 20 minutes, it just wasn't getting any better, and he decided to call it. So he and Sally were a part of the semifinals playing Arnoff and Kaye, and because he had to pull out, the loser of this game that we're reviewing right now will get an automatic third, and Arnoff and Kaye will go on to play for the finals against the winner. So stay tuned for that. It'll be coming up soon. So James's serve, I think Haley thought it was going out, but it must have landed right on the line because they took a point for that. So we've got 8-2-1. A bit too much on that one from James, so we got Susie serving 8-2-2. Oh, he did not connect well with that one. So the misdrive from James sends the serve back to Haley at 2-8. These two have a lot of ground to make up, but even if they just start getting some momentum to take them into the next game, at this point, they just need to turn up the heat a bit. Nice job from Susie. Way to get on top of that ball. Haley sped it up at her, but she was ready and earned them that rally. So we've got a second server. Nice smack from James. Haley and Oliver just cannot get a break here. They're stuck at 2 and have been for quite some time, so they really need to just hold it here and get the ball back, get it going. Nice serve from Susie right down the center line, and then was able to keep that ball really low to Oliver's backhand. He couldn't quite get it back over. So we've got 9-2-1 and a missed return. You can tell by Oliver's body language he's not in the best of moods right now. I'd like to see them crank it up a little bit and get some energy going. Now we're playing for game point from James and Susie. See if Haley and Oliver can hold tight and get a couple of their own. Some nice shots from Haley, aggressively keeping these two back, and then James went for the hero shot from the baseline and just missed it. I like that shot. It bounced up pretty high. James had a really good piece of it, but just sometimes those ones are tough. A missed third from Haley, so Oliver's got the serve. These two still stuck on two. Oliver going big on his serve, earned them a point, so we finally got some movement from Haley and Oliver's side of the court. A strong finish from James on that one. He is ready to get the ball back and finish this game off. So we've got another game point, 10-3-1. A nice flick from James, but Haley was able to get her two-handed backhand on it in time to hit down on the ball and put James in a tough spot. So great decision from James. Haley was just ready for it. So we've got 10-3-2. Haley and Oliver opted not to unwind the stack on that one, probably because of James's big serve and drive. Speaking of big serves, Oliver just earned them another point with a nice deep one to Susie's backhand. Nice point from everybody, but on that last ball, James was reaching a little bit, and not sure if he's disappointed with himself for reaching and popping it up, or if maybe they had a little bit of a middle miscommunication. From here, it looked like Susie was just kind of back up, but sometimes when you feel your partner's presence, it throws you off a little bit. That was poised to be a really sick shot from Oliver, but it did land just wide of the sideline. So we got 5-10, Haley serving. And an unfortunate net roll for Haley and Oliver, so Susie gets the serve back for another chance at the game. 10-5. Some nice drops from Susie, and then James sneaks in there, gets a body bag on Haley, so that puts a wrap on game 2. We've got a tied match. We're going to see who is going to go on to play Kay and Arnoff for first place. They're warming up in the background there. And who's going to get an automatic third. And a powerful start to game 3 from Oliver with that forehand down the line. So we got 0-0-1 Haley serving. Haley just a little late on that backhand counter. So we got 0-0-2. Great point from everybody. Just that last kind of redirection backhand volley into the net from Oliver. Susie with the lob. Haley dealt with it well. And then nice dig from James, but Oliver was able to get enough of that to go behind him and find that space in the back of the court. Nice spot from Haley on that last ball. James took a guess. She's been going at Susie the whole match, so I don't blame him for leaning towards the middle, but Haley held it well and was able to sneak that behind him. Just a little off-pace flick from Oliver up at Susie, and she was ready to pounce on it, but I think the speed threw her off a bit. Nice deep serve from Haley. And a bit of a timing issue from Oliver on that swing, so we've got 102. Great point from start to finish. Some really nice rips from Haley and Oliver, and stuck with it, got the point, so we got 202. Great inside out from Susie. At first, I think they were going to call it out, but it was definitely in, and Oliver recognized that, so the serve's going back to Susie, 0-2-1. Nice rip from Haley. Way to keep Susie back and went deep to her backhand. That's a tough ball to field. So we got 0-2-2. James redirecting that dink over to Haley's side, and she was just reaching too much to attack that ball, but I don't blame her for wanting it. Great block from Oliver on James's drive. Way to keep it low so he could not get aggressive with that fifth. Some nice blocks from Susie and James. James getting a hit down on that last one right at Haley's feet. She could not get it back. So we've got a second server, 2-1-2. Great block from Susie on Oliver's drive, and then Haley just tried to do a little too much with that ball. Just needed a reset. We got James again, 1-2-1. And kind of shanked that one. I think he was trying to go behind Oliver, but just misconnected. A little high on that third from Susie allowed Oliver to put it right down the middle with his heavy forehand. So we've got 2-1-1. Oh man, he had it right down the middle, but just missed it. Great blocks from Susie and James. Way to just stay in that point and make him hit another. Wow, what a point. Oliver with a nice poach, but James blocked it, got the net bounce, and going right at him. Crazy. Good gets from Oliver there, but that last one just too deep to his backhand. He's all off balance, just all over the court. What can he do? James was just a little behind that ball. If he had sprung just a hair sooner, he would have been all over that. Just didn't get a good piece. What a counter from Haley. I honestly do not know the score. That 1 point just captivated me to the extent where I have no idea what's going on. I'm going to try to listen. I think she said 4-1. Man, what a grab from Haley back behind Oliver, and then just jammed up on that backhand. Yeah, he said 4-1 too, and just a little deep on that serve. And talking about big serves, you know, sometimes you just got to go big and risk pushing it a little long or maybe hitting the net from time to time. But Oliver's serve has gotten them points in this match against two very experienced players. So you just got to go for it and not sweat when you make an error like that. Nice point there. Good hands battle. I love the way Haley hits her two-handed backhand. When she gets a piece of it, man, it is a beautiful thing. Nice counter from Oliver right down the middle. So these guys got the serve back, and I think we're still 4-1-1. I forgot again, but if you play with me, you know, no surprise there. She got a really funny piece of that ball. We still got Oliver serving, so a chance to get a couple more points on the board for these two. And there it is, another serve from Oliver, getting a point. I swear these two have gotten... I'm going to have to go back and check, but I think they've gotten more points off of Oliver's serve in the last two games than they have just by playing it out. There's another. So we've got 6-1. A little bit of chaos for that point, but just a tidbit about Oliver. I showed you their dupers in the beginning of the match, but Oliver's singles duper is 6.367. This guy's at a pro singles level, and I'm sure that his serve has something to do with that. Great point from everybody. Susie set James up for that put away, but he just swung a little too much at it, went straight down into the net. Some beautiful volleys from Oliver here. No doubt that is another attribute that helps him in his singles. So we've still got 4-1-1. And what an angle from Susie on that one. Oliver was not able to get on that ball. So we got 4-1-2. Nice drive down the middle from Oliver, gets them the point. So we've got 5-1-2 now. Another point for Oliver's serve. We've got a side switch now since this is game 3 and Haley and Oliver have made it to 6. These guys are on a roll, feeling hot, I am sure, right now. And James and Susie really need to slow this momentum down and start converting some of their own. So we're going to have Oliver serving now, 6-1-2. Oh, that's a great point. Susie just missed that last one. A great dig from Susie, and then Oliver made a play to try to poach that one, but left the space open. James was able to find that hole. So we've got a side out and 1-7-1. Nice shot from James. So I'm thinking with the ladies. A nice flick from James. Haley was able to keep it out of reach of his forehand, but Susie did a great job getting down on that ball and finishing the point. So James and Susie have some movement. We got 2-7. See if they can keep it going. Great job keeping Susie back. James is trying to creep in to insert himself in that point, but Oliver just flicked it right behind him. Great shot. Nice shot from Oliver, reaching into the middle with his forehand and getting the ball back to Susie real low. She wasn't able to do a lot with that one. So we've got a side out, 7-2. Oh boy. James trying to cover while Susie gets to the net, but it was just, I mean, literally on the line. That's about as far away from James as you can get the ball. In mixed, it's tough. The guy goes for the ball, realizes it's just too far away, and it's so hard to adjust. What a great point. That was just excellent. I'm going to replay it because I was talking for half of it. Definitely the point of the game. James and Susie did a fantastic job. James really owned the kitchen line and just worked it. That last backhand flick was a beauty. Great playing. Again, James just working the kitchen line. Haley's trying to push the ball away from him, out of his reach, over to Susie's side, but sent it a little wide. Great pressure from James on that. Another great exchange here. And then, man, that would have been a really nice shot from Haley. She just missed it wide, but still looked great. Good thought. So we got 3-8-1. Good get from James off the net. Oliver going for the flick up at James, but he was on it, hit a great counter in Haley's direction, and got them the point. So we've got 4-8 now. James was right there. He's upset with himself. James putting a lot of pressure on these two, working that kitchen line. I like his presence a lot. Nice serve from James, so we've got 6-8. It's like a whole new game now. These guys have made quite the comeback. Another deep serve. Great snag. Oh, Susie had his back and James was just dead in the middle of the court. There's not much you can do at that point. I do love James's fight. He's got some serious scrap in him. You can tell. He's going to give it all he's got. Great point from everyone, but Susie had the last say in that one. We got a little cheering squad now. I think that's head pro for Epic, Donnie Gallegos. And a clean rip from James. So we've got a side out. 6-8-1, Susie serving. There's that two-handed backhand from Haley again, right down the middle. Nice shots from James, a great drop, and then a flick up at Haley. She wasn't able to keep that one in the court, so we've got 7-8-2. Nice 1-2 combo from James to finish that point. Now we got a tied game at 8-8. Great point. James being aggressive. I like it. And then Susie's great communication telling James it is out. Oh, I think Haley was trying to pull away from that ball so she could let it go, looking like it was out. So they're going to take a timeout, which is perfect. James and Susie are at match point right now, and they have just stolen the momentum in the second half of the game. So we got 10-8-2, James serving. We'll see if Haley and Oliver's timeout was effective and can earn them the ball back and another chance to win this game. Susie's looking for those resets, and Oliver got in there with his forehand on that last one with just too much pace right at her feet. So Haley and Oliver do get the ball back, and we've got 8-10-1. And a beautiful backhand volley from Oliver. Thread the needle right between them. So we got 9-10-1, Haley serving. The paddle clank in the middle. They're so tough. You just don't know which direction the ball is coming from, who's hitting it. And that's brutal. It got Haley and Oliver to 10. Oh, man. What a great point. All four players involved in this exchange, and then a reset. And James went to speed it back up, and he had it. I think he just hesitated and was just a hair late. And now we're at match point for Haley and Oliver. A lot of topspin from James. Haley, I think, just misread that ball and whiffed it. Another match point. And wow, Oliver's serve strikes again. Man, for the win. This was a roller coaster of a match, and everybody played so well. It was really fun to watch. So James and Susie take third, and Kay and Arnoff are up next to challenge Haley and Oliver for gold. So stay tuned for that one. If you follow me on Instagram, you already know who won, but regardless, it's going to be a great match, so you're definitely going to want to check it out.